Hey guys, Midget here and welcome to another episode of my Walking Dead video reviews. Today we're reviewing episode 7 of season 5 and it's called Cross. Okay, so this episode was a bit mental. We had a mashup of all the groups. Even if it was for a split second we saw all the groups together, it wasn't just focused on one group. And it started off with Sasha, Daryl and Tyreese, plus Gabriel and Noah and basically all the group back at the church, and they were fortifying the church for once they go off to Atlanta to find Beth and Carol. They were just fortifying the church, and Michonne was desperate to go, but she got left behind alongside with Carol, Judith and Gabriel. And yeah, so that it was kind of nice, but what happened after, like, Gabriel's really sweaty and has some sort of OCD, doesn't he? He just looks at the floor and starts scraping the dry blood, and I didn't know what that was on about, and I didn't know what he meant by that, what The Walking Dead was trying to tell us. Maybe it was just one of those things, maybe he even has an OCD, but he's really sweaty, so I was wondering if he got bitten, and obviously that's kind of impossible, because he wasn't in contact with any walkers that could have bit him, possibly, but nevertheless, what happened was he just you know, he's just there scratching the thingy, scratching obviously the blood, and that's what happened before the credits, the opening credits. Then after the opening credits, Glenn's group run out of water. They've still got a tiny, like, they've all got half bottles of water left, and Tara jokes about having a tattoo of the group name Gratum or something like that, you know. And Abraham's really violent towards Rosita. He's like, look at me. She gives him water, but he spills it. And Maggie's taking none of it, I should say. She just points the gun straight at him and goes, sit down or I'll sit you down. And he just sits down, calms down a bit, but still doesn't talk to anybody. And Rick and Co. Then think of a plan, and Gabriel's like starting to lose it. Like Rick and Tyreese and Daryl, like, all thinking of a plan, and they're like, this happens now, this is what we're gonna do. You, Sasha, Tyreese, stay here. And then Tyreese goes, let's think of the plan if worst comes to worst. And he just says, we need to have two of their guards as hostages, because then one guard could pop out of nowhere and it changes the whole plan. And Rick is like, it will work, you know what I mean? He's taking none of it until Daryl sort of convinces him. He says something, I can't remember what he said, but he changed Rick's mind a tiny little bit. And yeah, like, Gabriel's starting to lose it. Carl starts talking about how you can't be in one place at once, which catches Michonne's ear. And he also tries to teach Gabriel about, like, weapons, as he picks the machete, as he gives Gabriel a choice of what weapon he wants to defend himself with, and he chooses a machete. And Beth sticks up for Carol while the officer and Dawn were, like, talking, and she effectively kills Carol, because obviously it means that the Dawn cannot now stick up for Carol, which she wanted initially, but she can't stick up for her now because it'll look like she's favoriting Beth towards the officer, and that's, you know, not good, because the officer will then rebel against her. She's not the most popular, as we found out later in the show, as some people want her out. But then after, she's like, you killed Carol, but she gives her a key to the medicine cabinet, which then Beth goes to the doctor and asks him what medicine she needs, and he goes and tells her that he needs 5 milligrams of something, but was he lying? I don't know, because obviously he did that to the doctor, the other doctor that he was meant to save, but he effectively killed. So that's kind of a little thing we might find out next episode, whether Carol dies. But also Glenn finds water, and Rosita uses a quick 2-second method of ripping his shirt up to use as a filter. They also find a lot of fish, which is nice, but that's basically what happens until the first break, which was kind of slow, but it was nice, you know. It was kept really fast paces in, all the groups were shown, which was kind of nice to see, as we've never seen that yet. But then Noah gets caught by the cops, and I immediately knew this was a trap. I was like, yeah, whatever, like, Rick's gonna pop out any second now, and they did. However, reinforcements came from the cop side. Well, I was like thinking that, because I was like, haven't they got a radio that will be turned on or anything? And then just as that happened, the cops arrived, and Rick chased them down, and Daryl, like, stays behind looking through the cop cars and everything for like extra cops. And what happens is one jumps on him, and Daryl rips his Walker's face off. That was the best thing. He started off like the cop was like on him and choking him, I believe. And Daryl's, mashing his hands around, like wanting something to grab onto, and he doesn't grab onto anything. He puts like his hand in a Walker's mouth, and if the Walker bit, then it would be the end of Daryl. And he also grabs, grabs a Walker's eye and like just pulls, and all the skin from, you could just see skin ripping apart, and just hits the cop over the head with dead Walker's skull. And Rick saves him, and he's about to kill him until Daryl says 3 is better than 2, so we might as well keep him. And then Rick leaves him alone. But then the nice dude, the nice cop that we think is nice until the end, is on the side of Rick. And the girl that's a snake, she goes like, if you lead us, we can take care of Beth, because she says take care of Dawn, because we don't like Dawn, etc. And the nice cop says, the one that Noah said was sound, said that they won't do that, and so no point of telling fibs to Rick's group. And he's sort of nice, he acts nice, but then we see Beth gives a dude some strawberries for some cover, as we see that he just pretends to choke while she gets she steals from the medicine cabinet. And then when she walks past, he's like, I feel better now. It was really funny, because he could have played it out a bit more, but no, he was just like I feel better now. It was really funny. But that's the, I believe that was the second break, yes. And then Gabriel escapes the church without the machete, which was kind of a stupid move on him. I would have taken the machete, even if thingy, just in case worse comes to worse. And Rick talks to the nice cop, and his name is also Bob, and like, he's like, my name's Bob. And Rick's like, you stole an officer. No, my name's Bob. And then Sasha looks at him. I couldn't really see her facial expression because it was really quick. But he nevertheless, his name was Bob. So the nice officer I was talking about is Bob. He's just really weird, because I forgot his name, Lamson or Lamson, something, his name's like that. And then a Walker ambushes Gabriel, but he manages to hold it off, and he's about to like squeeze his head with a rock until he sees a Catholic cross symbol there, crucifix I should say, and he leaves it alone. He was about to kill it, but he leaves it alone in the end. And Abraham finally takes a drink, and Eugene gets up. Like Maggie's, instead of being violent towards Eugene, not Eugene, Abraham, she just goes up to him and gives him a bit of water, talks to him. He might finally speaks back, and then he takes some water, and Eugene wakes up. We don't know whether as a walker or not. We'll find that out next episode, I'm sure, but I bet he's survived. And the nice cop tricks Sasha. He goes like, I could see my friend, and this was predictable. Maybe it was just me, lads, but it was so predictable it hurt. He's like, my guy is over there. I was like, okay, fine, it could be. But as soon as he looked to the window, I was like, don't do it, Sasha, don't go to that window. And she's like, I don't see him. For God's sake, man, tell him to go away at least. Tell him, like, bloody tie him to a fence or something. Don't make him stand behind you, obviously, while you're looking for a sniper scope. I was thinking he was going to push her out the window at first, but no, he just like shoved her into the glass and proper legged it off. Which, I mean, I understand how she got tricked, because he was nice at the end, you know what I mean? He was like nice, he was acting all nice, and then he just betrays them. But still, I wouldn't do that. I'd like tie him up and go, can you see him from here? If not, I'd bring him forward. If you can, I'd tie him to the pole behind them and then kill the friend from there. But that was a stupid move from Sasha, by the way. I think she just got caught up in the Bob situation. His name's Bob, okay, the black Bob, her boyfriend Bob, I should say, that situation. She didn't really have a head in the game. But yeah, so I love this episode. That's basically it. I love this episode. I love how it was a mashup of all the characters in once. We've not had that a lot, probably not even once in this whole season, as effective as that. And I also love the tension. I love the action in this episode. The action we had, the Walker kills were amazing, especially Daryl's, which I said is Walker Kill of the Week. And the ending was good, but a bit cliche, and like I said, a bit predictable. So I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. And yeah, I've not got too many questions. I've just got one, really. But I want to say the Walker Kill of the Week goes to Daryl, like I've been saying so much. And also, what will we see in episode 8 Coda? That's the only question I've got, lads. And I believe what we're going to see is, this is my prediction, right? Obviously we're going to see Rick and the 2 officers that were kept hostage go to Dawn's group and try and trade, and Dawn's going to be like, and they're going to tell that they've got Bob or Lamson or whatever his name is, the night cop, they've got him behind, and so, because she knows him from 8 years old, she's going to be like, oh, I better give them their people back because I want Samson to live, or Lamson or whatever his name was, and I want him to live, but I don't like these 2, so I might just have to do it for him, you know what I mean? But since he comes back, because obviously he escapes, if he gets there before Rick, and she knows him, and he tells her what's going to happen, that's not the bad point. It's going to be that she knows, he can tell her that the 2 other cops betrayed her and like don't want her there, so she might not even be willing to trade with Rick for Carol and Beth. So it's all up to him, the Samson Lamson guy. If he gets there before Rick, even if he doesn't, he might just run and go, Dawn, don't trade, I'm here, because she effectively only cares for him right now, since they know each other since like childhood, and she probably, the girl said that Dawn isn't stupid, so she probably does know that Dawn isn't a favourite there, and they don't want her there. But that's my prediction, and then it'll get loads of gunfire and all that. So it'll be a very good finale, I would say. But anyway, guys, that was basically my review for this episode of Cross. And if you did like, make sure you hit the like button below. And yeah, so this is Midget. I'm going to see you guys later. Peace out.